Hello, my name is Chelsea Carpenter. I'm a freshman at Bridgewater State University, and today I'll be discussing my persuasion speech. Naughty Dog Studio may be best known for 2013's The Last of Us, their grim take on a post-apocalyptic survival action game. The series takes place in the apocalyptic ruins of America, where humans fall victim to deadly fungus that converts them into flesh-eating monsters. The Last of Us 2 may seem similar to its predecessor, but it is a far more intense and violent game that depicts a tragic story following the main character Ellie and her path towards vengeance and hate. In the first game, the protagonist Joel embarks on a journey to bring Ellie, a teenage girl who's immune to the fungus that turns people into zombie-like creatures, to a group that means to find a cure. Over the journey, Joel becomes attached to Ellie and sees her as a surrogate daughter from the one he lost previously at the beginning of the apocalypse. He made the selfish decision to save Ellie and lay waste to the group after finding out that the process will kill her. He then later lied to Ellie about what really happened. Now a young woman, Ellie is set up on a path of revenge, following the group that killed Joel in retaliation of him ruining the process of acquiring a cure for humankind. Ellie is still fiercely loyal and fearless, but she's lost hope from the first game. It's clear the failure of her mission took a piece of her optimism, along with growing up in an apocalyptic world while dealing with the torturous pressures of being a teenager, and that hasn't helped. However, the story goes beyond Ellie and dwells into what society looks like as the remains of human civilization tries to desperately hang on. When the player kills an enemy, their friends will often cry out for them. They each have names. Their allies will be devastated to come across their dead body, not because it means they themselves are in danger, but because it is a heart-wrenching and realistic detail that your enemy also has loved ones too, which makes killing all the more difficult. Critics like Jonathan Dornbush, an author for IGN, states, with The Last of Us 2, developer Neil Druckmann rises to the challenge of not only a complex, but a profound story that gives it a reason to exist, along with deep and satisfying character evolutions. PlayStation Universe also gave The Last of Us 2 much praise it deserves. PlayStation Universe claims it is an incredible achievement with intertwining deep, richly written characters cementing themes of consequence and loss, all while widening a world that was so well established in their first game. Even the game developer, Neil Druckmann, has repeatedly said The Last of Us 2 is about the cycle of violence, and intends to have the player feeling repulsed about some of the violence they're committing themselves. Finally, The Last of Us 2 is a game that really makes you think outside the box and has the player ponder each character's morals. The game is masterfully paced, with the first 2 hours setting up the world and a character motivation, and has a perfect balance of player progression, violence, and humanity. With much symbolism regarding love and hate, The Last of Us 2 is an enthralling story of today's generation that includes LGBTQ+ relationships and diverse characters that I believe everyone should experience. Thank you.